Hello, how are you? My name's Samantha and this is my podcast. This is my place on the internet where I talk about all the crafty things that I've been up to since the last time you saw me. It's been 2 weeks since I was here last because I've been sick. My voice is still a little bit croaky, my nose is still got a Rudolph thing going on. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still not great, so I'm going to try and keep this quite short because I actually meant to record this yesterday. If you subscribe, you will have noticed I put up a video yesterday. A Stitcher Library, I'm starting up Stitcher Library again. So I did put that up yesterday, but by the time I had finished that, my voice was just like, no. Because it's like a 10-minute video, less than 10-minute video, but because I had to try a few different times, I had to stop and start a few times for various different reasons. I ended up talking quite a lot. So by the end of it, and I went to record this and my voice was like, no, we're not doing that. So I apologise for the croaky voice, and I will try to just not have a coughing fit halfway through. Right. Anywhere that you want to find me will be down below. Anything that I talk about, I will do my best to link it below. Any people I talk about. If I forget to say anything, or if you want more information on anything, just leave me a comment or get in touch. I've got my email addresses down there, Instagram, Substack, Discord, all sorts of things. Lots of ways you can get in touch with me. So yes, all that information is down below. Right, what have we got today? We don't have a huge amount because I've been mostly ill for the last 2 weeks. I don't actually have the normal 2 weeks amount of stuff. What I do have is this. This is, let me sit back a little. I'll show you. This is my Athenaeum. You can see like the ribbon there. I've got a little bit of pink at the bottom as well. And this is a test knit by a test knit that I'm doing for Kelly at Rural and Cades. This will be released, I think she's looking at mid-July. I don't think she's given an exact date yet, but she's looking at mid-July. Most of the other people have done theirs in one solid colour, also looks beautiful. Somebody's done theirs with the bits where I've got the pink. They've done it in minis, so it's like different colours, and that also looks beautiful. It's a really nice pattern. If you're looking to make yourself just a nice, simple but effective summer tee, get this. It's brilliant, honestly. Got just the little sleeves are just tiny little sleeves, which is good because I'm not a fan of knitting long sleeves. And yeah, this is all like super easy to do. Like, I managed to do this while my brain was foggy, so you know. Let's see, what yarns did I use? The pink is a Drops Fable, and this one with the colours on it, it's Little Mouse House. I don't know if she's still selling yarn. I'm sure somebody had said that she's not selling yarn anymore. It's a bit hard to tell because I used to buy from her on Etsy and she doesn't always have stuff in stock. So the shop is still there, but there's nothing in it. So yeah, I don't know. But this colour is Bones, and it's just like a creamy off-white colour with grey flecks through it. I'll show you with the grey going through it. And it's really nice. I had like 2 skeins of the bone, and then I wasn't sure if I didn't really want to go and buy yarn because I'm trying to get through my stash. Trying to get through my stash this year, which I will get back to in a minute. But I had 2 skeins of this bone, and I thought, you know what, if I just pair that with something else, and I think I've got a little bit, maybe about 20 grams of the bone left, and I used like 55 or 58 or something grams of the pink. So even for I'm not a small person. This is the 38 chest that I did, which now I got a gauge and everything. Kelly does all of her garments in lots of sizes. normally I would be a 42 chest. This is the 38, so it depends on how much room you want in it. Let's see. This is like not tight at all. There's loads of room in it, but it's quite fitted. Like it's fitted without being tight and constricting, because I can't stand, you know, when you put clothes on and it's just like you can't move in them. So no. And this is coming from someone who used to wear a rubber dress to go dancing in. So, you know, I'm just not about that life anymore. I like clothes that I can move in, and you can move in this. It's got enough stretch in it and enough ease in it that, you know, check the schematic sizes and the finished sizes rather than just going by your normal bust size. So Kelly always puts lots of information in her patterns, and yeah, this will be out mid-July sometime. If I get an exact date, I'll let you know when the exact date is. She may or may not do a promotion when it's released. I don't know. She's not said anything yet. Right. Other whips. I have two more other finishes. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I always wear my collar, but it's usually black and it's snapped. So I've made myself a new collar, just out of some scrap purple yarn that I had, purple cotton. But the last one, like with black on it, that was just some like black cotton that I had, and that lasted for over a year, so not too bad. I'm still counting it as a finish. It's a small thing. It took me like 5 minutes, but I'm counting it because I don't really have much else. I have one more finish, and it is a blanket, because of course it's a heatwave. Why not? It's a scrappy corner to, oh god, I can't even see. Scrappy corner to corner. It's the scrappiest of scrappies. I decided, because when I was clearing out some stuff over there, and this bag was on that shelf there where that bag is now, and it was full of just tiny little scrap balls. Like, some of them were a little bigger, but they were mostly like either tiny. I think the biggest one was maybe about 20 grams. It was all just acrylics. So I decided to turn them into scrap balls using the magic join. I had some Aran stuff in here, and I had some DK. So we made Aran ball, we made DK balls, got a little Aran ball as well. And this is what's left from this bag. And it's a fair size bag. It was like puffed out, it was stacked up to the top. So I've not weighed it, but I think this is probably about 500 or 600 grams. And this is yarn that I've had sitting around for so long, and using the magic knot on it means I don't have to do any ends apart from at the beginning and at the end. Apart from occasionally I'll get some yarn like this one here. It's like a roving type, so you can't really use a join on that because it just breaks. So I'll just like weaving the ends for those ones. But it got me to thinking, quite a lot of the stash that I have, like you see these boxes up here, I mean a couple of these are fabric and they've got like full balls and things like that in them that haven't been touched yet, and I've got some upstairs as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of my yarn, because I have like these bags here are fabric, but underneath the table here, see all those bags? They've all got yarn in them as well. So what I'm going to do is go through everything, and everything that is not a full skein is going to get put into a magic knot ball and put into a blanket. And do you remember, maybe Christmas time, just after Christmas time, I was making blankets for a local shop. she'd given me a bunch of blanket yarn to make up into blankets for charity. So I got in touch with her and I was like, are you still doing the charity blankets? She's like, yeah, of course. And I asked her if I could just make up lots of scrap blankets. She told me what size to make, and you know, I can do whatever stitch I want. I can technically do whatever size I want, but certain sizes are more preferred because that's what they use the most of. And yeah, then she's gonna deal. She's gonna do all the dealing with the people part of it. I just have to crochet and then drop the blankets off to her, and then she does the hard part. So this is like ideal for me because it means I get to use up stash that I normally wouldn't be able to use up, or it would take me a long time to use up because there's only so many scrap blankets I can have. Like, I've got scrap blankets, the kids have got them, the dog's got one. Like, the dog's got a massive double bed size scrap blanket, like, in her crate. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and it's been, like, really, really good while I've been very ill, because it's nice and mindless just making the balls and then crocheting them up into a corner to corner. And that's it. And corner to corner as well, I don't really think it needs a border on it. I think it's fine like that. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that, go through all my stash, and say anything that's not a full ball, I'm just going to put into a magic knot ball and just make blankets with it. And yeah, people can have some nice scrappy blankets. And yeah, that's it for, this is kind of a finish. It has threads hanging on it because it's not, I turned this into a wall hanging. This is gonna have, it was gonna be a bag, but this is like a canvasy, can you hear? It's like canvasy, and I only had a very small amount of this fabric, like just enough to do this really. And then I couldn't really find anything that I liked that would match along the bottom, because it would have to be something heavier weight as well. So I thought I'll just turn it into a wall hanging. So I need to finish popping the corners out and snip. There's a couple of like little loose threads, and I need to sew the bottom up. But yeah, it's nice. And then I need to put the stick through here as well. But there we go. Nice little wall hanging. So that sort of counts as a finished object. Right. So I'm trying to get through this quickly because I don't know if you can hear already, my throat is just getting worse. Give me a second, I'll have some water. Oh, I hope that that's far enough away that nobody can hear me drinking, because that would be awful. Alright, other things, I've done a little bit more on my desk project, corner to corner. This one's taken much longer to grow because this is my 4-ply scrappy one, and not only is it in 4-ply, but it is in half double crochets. So, or half trebles in UK terms. Oh. So, I think last time I was on this colour, so I've done a bit. Just taking a while. And again, this is just scrappy balls. But in this one, I've got I've got all of this that I need to put in it. I've got loads. It's already made up into balls and cakes and things. But every time I say finish a pair of socks, or like with this, there wasn't enough left of this pink for me to do anything with now, and same with the white, so they'll go into that as well. That blanket I'm going to keep because it's wool. I don't really want to be giving a wool blanket to charity because so many people have wool allergies, or, you know, it's not fair to expect someone, if it's maybe going to someone who's sick or isn't like able to look after things, and a wool blanket is going to be heavy when you wash it. Like, as soon as that gets wet, that's going to be heavy. And, you know, I wouldn't want anybody to have to deal with the cleaning of a wool blanket. And apart from that, it's full of memories. So my hair's just like being really weird at the minute. It's full of memories because it's all the ends from things that I've made for myself and for other people. Like these ones. This is from the very first crochet socks I made myself. This one and this one are socks that I made for my boyfriend. This pink one here, I was a gift from somebody and I had made myself a hat out of it. I made a muscle bra hat, my one and only muscle bra hat. Oh, no, in fact, it's the same concept as a muscle bra hat, but it's a pattern that's in Knit Now. Last year sometime, Christmas time maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's all the yarns in here have memories attached to them, so that's going to be a blanket for me. What else? The other main wick that I have worked on is this yarn. It's brown. I can't remember. It's either Yarnworks or it's a Knit Pro or something like that. So I'd got this yarn before to make something for somebody else, and I ended up not making it for them. And brown's not really the sort of colour that I would normally wear or buy. I'm not a very brown person. Right, tangled. So I'm also using for this these. This is merino, Yarnsmith merino sock. Now I had used the merino sock for a pair of, it was not last month because it's like bi-monthly, but the last come on brain, Kelly at Roro and Kids is running a cow. It's the Cozy Toes cow. It lasts for 2 months, so there was like January, February, March, April, no, yeah, March, April, the main. Oh, do you know what? My brain is just right. So January, February. What were they? That was the Storm Seeker socks. March and April was, I can't remember what they're called. Oh no, Dust in a Frost. I think it was Dust in a Frost. And I had used this yarn for those. That was an awful long way to tell you what yarn this is. So these were the leftover bits. And I thought I will use these because this time the May June socks are Daedalus socks and they are mosaic colour work, which I've never done before. So I took what was left of my yarn and split it into 2. And I had already decided that I wanted to make shorties. And I don't know my sock. Give me a second, I'll get a sock blocker because otherwise this is going to look weird. Right, got sock blocker with sheep in it. As we can see, I am prepared as usual. There we go. This sock blocker is like a little bit short for my socks. Right, let's show you the side that's not got things hanging off it. There we go. Daedalus socks. Now, I say I had never done mosaic knitting before. I think we're getting to the point where my brain's just like, no, we're not working anymore. Can you see this yarn is quite tonal? So this pattern comes with a toe up and a cuff down version. I'm doing the toe up because I just prefer doing toe up. I decided to do shorty socks because it's the middle of summer and I want cute little socks to wear with these. So we have these. Now, If you're like me and you have never done mosaic knitting before, it's easy. Like, absolutely. If you can knit and you can slip a stitch, this pattern might even still be half price. I don't know how long they're half price for. I don't know if it's for the duration of the time that these are on the thing. If these are the current Cozy Toes ones or not. Because what she does is the sock that is for the Cozy Toes. I'm not explaining anything, I'm sorry, right? Kelly's running the Cozy Toes Cam. Every 2 months she'll put one of her patterns on sale, 50% off. I think it's for the duration of the 2 months that pattern's on sale, so you might be able to get these for half price. Even if they're not half price, they're still very reasonably priced, because you are getting 2 patterns and then you're getting a cuff up and a toe down. It has written, it has charts. Kelly does excellent pattern writing. So yeah, this is my Daedalus sock. So I've done one and that much of this one. But this particular pattern is just, yeah, it's a very, very simple pattern to do. So it's a good one to start on. So it looks like this is what I've got left of the first sock. And then this will be enough to do the second sock. So I'll still have this left. So this will be going in my blanket. Let's put that in the blanket bag now. That'll be going in my blanket. So for making shorty socks, because the way that mosaic knitting works is you'll do like, it's slip stitches. So you'll do like 2 rows of one colour and then 2 rows of the other colour. And it's the way that you slip the stitches in between them that makes the pattern. It's not a lot of slip stitches, so you, like, you know, sometimes when you do slip stitch patterns, it makes everything really tight. This is, you know, there's not enough slip stitches in it to make it difficult to get on your foot. I've still done my normal size sock. I think it I don't know how many sizes it comes in, I don't want to guess. But I did my normal 64 stitches. I think it's like maybe 5 sizes it comes in, I guess. It's got a few sizes anyway. I'm doing, I think, the second size. So there we have it. Daedalus socks. Also appeals to me because Daedalus is the guy that... this is named after Daedalus, who is the guy in ancient Greek mythology who made the Minotaur's maze. And that's what this is, the Minotaur's maze. So that makes me happy. Oh, yeah, I'm going to start studying again in October. I've got my funding through, so I'm happy about that. Sorry, complete tangent there. But, yeah, I'm very excited. It's going to be the second part of the creative writing, because there's two. There's the creative writing bit, which I did in my first year, and then there's advanced creative writing, which is what I'm going to be doing this year. And this is going to be my 3rd year. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'm also going to be starting up a couple of Substacks to do with my writing, but that's neither here nor there. Right, the only other thing that I've got to show you, sorry, my brain's just off on one today. The only other thing that I'm going to show you, well, in fact, I'll show you 2 things. This has also been a little desk project. That's how far I've got. I'm not even sure you're going to be able to see that because it's white on white. But because I've not been sitting at my desk, I've not really got much done in the way of my desk projects. So, right. And then we have this. If you remember seeing this last time, you will know that... oh my god, it's not even in here. Right, I've done no stitches on it. I've had to frog out almost this entire top half. And then I didn't even bring the pattern through. But I've literally just started it again. And that's the only stitching that I've done. Because my head was just like so sore. And it was into my sinuses as well. And I don't know if you've ever had problems with your sinuses, but it makes your face feel like it's about 3 times bigger than it should be. It's horrible. So like bending down to stitch, just so much pressure in here and across here. And I was starting to get it in my jaw as well, which is not good. Completely random thing. I always thought sinuses was just like a really bad blocked nose, and then I started getting sinus problems, and it turns out your sinuses are like the gaps inside your bones. I got a really bad sinus infection, and the doctor explained to me it's like the gaps inside your bones that get infected. And I'm like, oh, lovely. So that's why it feels like there's a ton of pressure there, because it's like pressing against your skull, like your face, skull part of your face. I was like, oh. There you go. Things that you never wanted to know. Right. I think that's probably everything I've got to show you. We're still at 25 minutes. This was meant to be short. I don't know what else. It's the 24th, which means that next month is when I'm going to be starting to do all my things. So we'll have a newsletter going out on oh, right, next Monday's the 30th. So it'll be the following Monday. I thought next Monday was the 1st. It's not. So 2 weeks until the newsletter on Substack. Link down below. And I'm also going to be starting a different Substack to do with just like me generally waffling on, to do with my like ADHD hyperfocuses. Because quite often I will have stupid ideas about things, or I'll have like epiphanies about things. I want to write about them, but I don't really have anywhere to put them. So I thought I'm going to start just a random Substack, and if nothing else, it gets the things out of my head. And, you know, if I can get them down on paper, and other people may be interested, other people may not be interested. At the end of the day, it still gets it out of my head. So I'm going to start a Substack for that as well. Blog, I think I've decided I'm going to put the blog on the website and keep it on there. I had toyed with the idea of putting it on Substack along with the newsletter, and I may still do that at some point, but I think the blog, I'm going to try just keeping it on the website for now and see how that goes. I don't think there's anything else apart from that. I did have notes. What did I remember? That's my phone. Right. What have we got in here? Finishes. My Athenaeum, my colour, my scrap blanket. You've seen that. You've seen all those. Life's sports day. Alfie had sports day. His school doesn't have a field because there's just no space for fields around here. We don't really have much in the way of fields at all. There's a big park, but it's like a small town, so it's not really like, there's a lot of green space, as in there's a lot of canals and things around. So that's my pokey stick that I was using for my corners. There's a lot of canals and things around, and a lot of like nature walks and woods and things like that, but there's not a lot of space for big fields. So he had his sports day, and they just had it in the big playground. It was alright. He did well. He did okay. It was so hot though. Oh my goodness. That feels like it was ages ago. And that's probably about it. I've watched a lot of TV because I've been just lying on the sofa ill quite a lot of the time. Entire seasons of Dead Boy Detectives. That was really good. I was surprised. I was expecting it to be just like your angsty teen kind of vaguely supernatural thing, but it was actually really good. It's only, I think, like 8 episodes or 10 episodes or something, but that's worth watching. So Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix, that was really good. I've still been carrying on watching DS9. I finished Iron Flame. I finished Onyx Storm. I liked it. I quite liked it. The end of Onyx Storm, I was a bit like, oh. But it's kind of, yeah. And I don't want to say too much. It wasn't what I expected. It wasn't how I expected it to end. And I thought it ended rather abruptly. but I actually liked the books. So yeah, I finished listening to them. I've started again on the ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses. I had originally read the first book and then I had tried to get the rest of them out at the library, but the waiting list for them was so long that when they popped up on Audible, I just picked them up on there because it's still like miles cheaper than buying the actual books, and I don't really want to have physical books in my house. I want to have just as like reference books. So I've got a lot of cookbooks and a lot of craft books and a lot of books on random subjects that I'll pick up secondhand because they look interesting. But you know, I don't want to have shelves full of novels because. So when I first moved from Scotland to England, I moved with about 3,000-ish books. When I moved from Leeds to Wolverhampton, I moved with about 3,000 plus books. Like, I'd acquired more while I lived in Leeds. My ex made me get rid of about 2,000 of those books. I was allowed to keep reference books, and I was allowed to keep a couple of books that had very sentimental value, and that was about it. So yeah, I don't have the space for it in here either, but I don't want to be in that position again where I have to. Yeah, that just made me a bit sad, but I don't have the space in it in here. Maybe if I can get into a bigger house, I might start building up a library again, but I'll be a bit more discerning about it this time, because to be fair, a lot of the books that I had, they were like books that I would read once and then I should have just given them away anyway because I was never going to read them again. But you know, I like having books. Books are nice. Books are the way that I used to escape when I was younger. Books and movies. That's how I escaped until I discovered gaming. And then it was books, movies and gaming. And yeah, I still do that now. So what else have I watched? Yeah, so I've started on the ACOTAR, read, listened to, whatever. Started back on the ACOTAR series. I'm about halfway through the second one. So that's a massive tangent there for no reason. I'm about halfway through the second one and I'm really liking it. It's good. So give me a second. Sorry. Take on my throat. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Oh, it's a massive coughing fit there. I think that is my body's way of telling me that I need to shut up now. What was I saying? Yeah, ACOTAR. I'm enjoying that. I'm going to carry on with this and that. I think I've got all the books on Audible, so I'm just going to work my way through them. They're quite short. I do listen to them at like 1.6 or 1.7 speed because I find narrators really, really slow. Not just for the ACOTARs in general. I always listen to at least 1.5, between 1.5 and 1.7, depending on the narrator. I started listening to another one as well. Let me have a look. Let me get my phone, which is still on the floor. What was the other one that I was listening to? Because I've been listening to Court of Mist and Fury on my laptop with my headset on while I've been lying on the sofa. This one, where are we? This is one that I started listening to just for going up and down to school. Oh, Ice Dragon. I'm going to focus. There you go. And this one's really, really short. I see, I'm listening to this at 1.7. This one's really, really short. Like, the entire book at 1.7 speed is about, it's less than 6 hours. But that's been pretty good. I picked that up. I think that's like a free one that's on Audible. Because when you have your Audible membership, you have the books that you buy plus access to the Audible catalogue. So I think that's one of the ones out of the Audible catalogue. Pretty sure I did not buy that one. So yeah, that's quite good. I don't know if it's part of a bigger series. I feel like it might be. I don't want to open it again because I can't be bothered. Other than that, what else? I watched a movie, finished watching that last night, called From Hell, which I can't believe I've not watched before. It's a Jack the Ripper movie and it's got Johnny Depp in it. That was pretty good. I've not been watching many movies. I've been watching Black Clover, which is like an anime series with Kaylin, and Alfie is still on The Simpsons. We are still watching The Simpsons. Lots and lots and lots. I've been trying desperately to catch up with all the podcasts that I've been missing. I'm going to try and start watching them on my laptop. I don't know if I said that before, but I ended up watching them on the telly this week because, yeah, I wasn't feeling great. But I'm going to start watching them on my laptop so that I can actually reply, because you can't, when you're watching things on the telly, you have to like go into your phone or a desktop or a laptop or whatever to be able to message and leave comments and stuff. So I want to start watching things on my laptop more so that I can do that, because I would like to leave comments. What I have to do is like start writing the comment as I'm still watching, and then just add to it as I'm going, and then post it at the end, because otherwise I forget what I'm going to say, because I have a brain like, my brain's like a soggy bit of cotton wool at the minute. Golden Girls as well. Golden Girls is on Disney. I was flicking through looking for something to watch the other night that was nice and just easy watching, and I've forgotten how funny it is. I haven't watched it since I was little, and yeah, it's so funny. It's still like so relevant as well, which is hilarious. They managed to cover a lot of like adult topics and be really funny about them, but without it being like vulgar. I have no issue with vulgar at all, but you know, it's nice to watch stuff where I'm not going to panic when the kids walk in and hear something they shouldn't and stuff like that. And it also turns out that after not hearing it since, it's probably been like 30 years since I watched Golden Girls, I can still remember all the words to the theme tune, which is crazy. Having this conversation with Kayla, and I was like, your generation misses out so much because you skip everything. Like, you're skipping ads, you're skipping like the beginnings of the what are they called? Intros. Skipping the intros to everything, so you don't get to learn theme tunes. Like, there's certain things, as soon as you play it, somebody that's my age will immediately be able to tell you what that's for. Be it like an advert, a program, whatever. They can immediately tell you what that's for. Because we grew up listening to theme tunes because we had no choice in the matter. And they're just looking at me going, that's weird, why would you watch that? Yeah. Okay, that's probably enough tangents, and I don't have anything else to show you. And my throat is very sad. Dyed my hair again. It looks really weird in this light though. Okay, I'm going to go. I'll be back. Hopefully. I'm not even going to say. I'm going to be back probably next week, but you know, if I'm not, it's because I've got ill again. Because my ex got the same thing as well. The kids have had it. Like, they came home from their dad's and Kaylin was sick, and then that was on the Sunday. And then I started getting sick shortly after that because I was looking after him. And then Kaylin was off school for a couple of days. Then he went back to school and Alfie was sick. And I've still been sick this whole time. And yeah, I've just been ill for a week. The kids are both fine. They're just like a couple of days and they're back up and at it. And I'm just like, but it's fine. I will live. I'm sitting there getting like hot flashes and I'm like, so is this because I'm sick, or is this my age, or is it because of a heat wave? I don't know what's going on. It's just hot. I went to give Alfie a hug the other day and he's like, "You're burning me." I'm like, fine. So I'm not allowed to hug him anymore because I'm too hot. Right, I'm going. I'll be back. If you made it this far, thank you for listening to my waffling, and I very, very much appreciate you. If you could press the like button, if you could subscribe, that lets YouTube know that people like my waffling and nonsense, and then they'll try and get other people to watch my waffling and nonsense, which would be fantastic. And that would make me very happy. Right, I'm going to go. Bye-bye.